press hockey coverage with Jim Biringer.
Hello, everyone. Jim Biringer here, Full Press Hockey. Please subscribe to the channel. Follow along. Like the video. Comment below. Back for another round of NHL Insights. Deep dive into the Edmonton Oilers, New York Rangers, St. Louis Blues, Anaheim Ducks, and we'll probably throw Pittsburgh Penguins in there as well. Let's start at Edmonton. They just got routed 9-1 by the Colorado Avalanche. We know Colorado, really good team. Makar, McKinnon, Lehkonen is there. We got Marty Necas signed that big deal. But Edmonton Oilers, what's going on, guys? This is a team that went to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. They are a shell of themselves. They are not as deep as they were. Shout out Craig Button for that. I mean, look, everybody's been saying it. You go back July 1st, 2024. Ken Holland's no longer there. Ken Holland was a general manager there that set up this team, brings in Corey Perry, brings Evander Kane in there. They bring all these guys in there to help them get to Game 7, a shot away, a goal away from winning a Stanley Cup. Then what happens? Cap constraints, right? New contracts are coming in. Vinny Desharnais, gone, right? Warren Fogle, gone. And then obviously Dylan Holloway, Philip Broberg, the offer sheets by the St. Louis Blues, Stan Bowman, I know we just got there, but the mismanagement by Ken Holland, the plan by the Edmonton Oilers with those two players up and down, those guys played really well in the Oilers run to this 2024 Stanley Cup final of Game 7, especially Philip Broberg. I mean, he was a young defenseman. He was a homegrown talent that was going to fit in perfectly, and they just let him go. You could have let Holloway go. You couldn't let both guys go. They lose both guys. That's going to be like the Oilers version of the Bruins 2015 NHL draft. Their 3 first-round picks in a row. They hit on one guy, and none of the guys are there anymore. The Oilers should have signed both guys, should have matched it. And again, we go back to paying guys over $10 million. The good GMs that understand, that want to have consistency in this league can't pay 4 guys over $10 million. It just doesn't work. The pressure is on. Connor McDavid just signed a 2-year contract extension, same amount of money, and the team isn't that good. The team isn't as deep, and they just keep losing guys. Yeah, they got back last year. Yeah, you add Jake Wallman. Yeah, the goaltending got better, but they played defense in front of the goaltender. They were limiting shots. They were limiting goals. They were limiting shot opportunities. This team is just not the same team. Yeah, they look tired. It's all well and good that they look tired. They've played a lot of hockey over the last couple of years. But when you have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, it shouldn't matter, right? Look what Kel McCarr and Nate McKinnon are doing. But you have the supporting cast. That supporting cast isn't there. Even go back further, right? Same offseason. Ryan McLeod for Matt Savoy, gone. Sam Carrick, gone. Jack Campbell, gone, right? And look, when Jay Woodcroft got fired, everybody pointed to Jack Campbell, got to make the save, $5 million. Same defensive issues that cost Jay Woodcroft his job. Same defensive issues that got Stuart Skinner up, right? And Cal Picker up, and Jack Campbell out of the organization, went to the minors, contract bought out. Jack Campbell's a really good goaltender. Team in front of him wasn't. Yeah, they get back to the final, but they weren't the same team as 2024. Watched it, saw it, was there for both finals. That final should have been over in 5 games by Florida. Even the first one, the way the Oilers rallied to get it to Game 7 was great, but it could have been a sweep too, right? And you're looking at it and you say to yourself, man, they lost in 6, but it wasn't even close 6 games, right? They got a miracle win in Game 4, and if it wasn't for some puck luck, maybe the Florida Panthers win in 5. And now, look what happens. Again, cap constraints. Vander Kane's gone. Corey Perry's gone. Victor Arvidsson's gone. That's a lot of depth scoring that you're losing. Jeff Skinner, John Klingberg, Derek Ryan, all gone. Connor Brown's in New Jersey. Yeah, you bring in Curtis Lazar, but Connor Brown, he's been such an integral part to New Jersey's depth, where he could play 5-on-5, short-handed, the speed. Again, he played so well with Connor McDavid. You can't underestimate it. And again, you go back to it. Jeff Jackson allowed Ken Holland's contract to expire. They didn't want to bring him back. July 1st, 2024 comes. That's the date to me where you can pinpoint this. Yeah, we're going to say, well, they got back to the final. They're not as good. They're not as deep. Craig Button's been right on TSN about it. You got young players, Matt Savoy, Isaac Howard. They're getting used to playing all this time in NHL. It's not a developmental league. If you think it is, you got another thing coming. Connor McDavid wants to win. The pressure is on this team. Pressure is on Stan Bowman to do it. They aren't doing it. And yeah, Stu Skinner and Calvin Pickard have to be better. There's no doubt about it. But defensively, they're just not sound. Even Matthias Ekholm's not playing the way he's supposed to be playing. This team is flawed. This is not on Chris Knobloch. It's on the players, because the players are the ones that got Jay Woodcroft fired. Not saying to go to management, but their poor play got him fired and let a good man get fired. Is it going to happen again? Doubtful. He just signed an extension. Stan Bowman has to do something to change this mix-up. The clock's ticking on Connor McDavid. Because if this continues, you know what the narrative is going to be everywhere around the NHL. When's McDavid leaving? When's he want out? It's a tough year. They played a lot of hockey. Edmonton's got to figure it out. They're just, again, they're not as deep. They're not as good. Maybe the best thing for them is to miss the playoffs and just reset the body, reset the mind, and figure out the needs. The biggest need is goaltending. They've yet to address it because they believe in those guys. That's a mistake. They got to change it, but it's easy for me in a rocking chair to say that. New York Rangers, what is going on? You guys can't win a home game. You can't. Play 7 home games, 0-6-1, scored 6 goals total. Not 1 a game. No, they scored 5 against Sharks and lost in overtime. They scored 1 against Minnesota, and then they lost. They've been shut out 5 times in those 7 games. They've been goal. I mean, this is Jekyll and Hyde, feast or famine type stuff. They're 7-1-1 on the road. Artemi Panarin looks great on the road. Zibanejad looks great on the road. Alexis Lafreniere looks great on the road. JT Miller looks great on the road. All the goaltending looks great on the road. I mean, the play by Jonathan Quick and Braden Schneider in Detroit the night before on Friday, unbelievable. That's legend type stuff. That's the stuff that's supposed to carry over into a home game. Make that save, season-defining save, poke check on Patty Kane. No, same old story. And it's a mental thing now. Confidence, right? We talk about confidence with players, confidence with teams. The New Jersey Devils are seeing it right now, right? And this is not a homer type thing. The Devils are 7-0 at home, right? You get a loss here and there, it can carry over. You want to do good for your fans. You want to win for your fans. That's a pressure thing right now, Madison Square Garden. They're trying to just win a game, and it's tough to just win a game. It's tough to score a goal in the National Hockey League because everybody's so good right now. There's a lot of parity in this league. But this is getting on ridiculous type stuff. I mean, get shut out 5 times at home. I mean, 1928-29 Pittsburgh Pirates hockey team. I mean, this is historic type stuff. And yes, it's not, we know it's not the Rangers' official 100th year anniversary because everybody's 100th year is next year for a lot of these teams, Chicago, Detroit, all that stuff. But you look at it and you're just like, what is going on? And you look upstairs and meet Chris Drury. Look at it. What has he done to make this team better? When we talk about the Anaheim Ducks, there's 3 Rangers over there playing really well. You look around the league, Capo Caco's playing really well in Seattle right now. There's some moves that they made that were very questionable at best. Again, the guy who should have been running the ship, he's up in Montreal with Ken Hughes, just got a contract extension. Canadians are rolling. They played really well against Utah, Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and that cast of characters. The rebuild done right in Montreal, taking it to the next phase. The Rangers were on that path. They got that big piece in Artemi Panarin. Again, COVID, bubble, playoff, expectations through the roof for an owner that is just unhinged and just has high expectations. It's like in the business world, right? You have a good year, right? Then you meet your expectations and you beat them by like 10%. Your goal next year should just be beat it by 5%. Like that 10% goal, you should beat that goal by 5% next year. No, but they put it up like 30%. Oh, you got to get to 30%. It's like the Rangers. It's like when they missed the playoffs the following year and then they like lost to New Jersey, it's like, well, we got to get tougher, bigger. We got to get meaner. You know, we're too soft. Things were on the right track because they were going to miss in 2020 if it wasn't for the COVID bubble playoff tournament play-in. And they didn't look good against Carolina Hurricanes. So let's put that out the window. The following year they miss. Okay, that's fine. The next year they get to the Eastern Conference Final. president, all that stuff, right? It looks good. They lose first round, change of coach. Then they get back to an Eastern Conference final, presidential. They are trying to hot shot a championship, and it doesn't work, right? They're hot shotting things. It's like the Vince McMahon thing in wrestling, trying to hot shot a storyline into something. Doesn't work. Can't hot shot ratings. They're trying to hot shot a championship. They needed to build this thing. When they had that letter, they should have taken their time, but the owner doesn't want it. He's impatient and he's out of his mind. And the wrong guy got fired, right? They just let him go. They said, "Oh, Drury, you're the guy," and then they give Drury the extension, and now they're talking about getting rid of him. They just gave him a contract extension. Dolan's not going to hand out money to a guy that just gave a contract extension to. They should have made the move in the offseason. They didn't, and now here we are. The Rangers are what they are on home ice. They got to be able to just get that monkey off their back, because maybe when they get the monkey off their back, they'll start winning a little bit more home games. But this isn't a playoff team, and it's clear they're not a playoff team. They're playing the same way on the road and at home. The defense isn't as good. They're still relying on their goaltender to win games. It's the same stuff I saw in Pittsburgh under Mike Sullivan. Again, it's just one man's opinion, but I think the rest of the hockey world is coming on to that opinion. It's going to be interesting to see what the New York Rangers do. Now, speaking of former New York Rangers, how about the Anaheim Ducks? We had a great guest on from Locked On Ducks earlier on in the year, in the offseason. We talked about potential playoff chances. This team isn't going away. This team is legit. Ducks fly together. That's right. Emilio Estevez, Gordon Bombay, well, it's Joel Quenneville and the Anaheim Ducks, man. Look, Pat Verbeek made a statement last year. He said that he believed his team was a playoff team, and they were close to being a playoff team. They get Joel Quenneville. Everything's clicking. Uncle Leo Carlson playing really well. But Jacob Trouba, Chris Kreider, Ryan Strome, Frank Vetrano, the Rangers West crew of this thing. This is what happens when you have a young group of players mixed with a great group of veterans. Move out Trevor Zegras, thing wasn't working. Cutter Gauthier comes in. Again, all the trades, these hockey trades that we see have been working out for teams like the Islanders and Canadians with the Noah Dobson and Mil Heineman stuff, right? We're seeing the hockey trades that make sense. Those are the things that work out for both clubs. And we're seeing it in Anaheim. Uncle Leo's taking the next step. Mason McTavish just got paid. He's looking really good. Jackson LaComb's looking really good. The goaltending, Lucas Dostal, man, if he could be the number one for Czech Republic, Czechia at the Olympics, the Czechs, look out for them. Telling you right now, with that goaltending, Mrazek in there as well, I mean, they are going to be a tough opponent come the Olympics. But this team is rolling really well. The defense, Owen Zellweger playing good. The young guys are just picking up each other. The mix is just so right. Mikael Granlund, everybody was like, "Oh, why you give him $7 million?" Well, this is what he does. He produced so well for the Dallas Stars, producing for the Anaheim Ducks. They made such a big jump last year, 21 points. Now it's the next jump. Well, right now it looks sustainable. We'll see. It's again 82 games is 82 games. Let's see if it's sustainable. But maybe they got the right guy in there. I'm still not sold on it. But again, they're proving me wrong early into the season. Let's see if the Anaheim Ducks can sustain this, because again, they're doing something here. They want to be at the top of the Pacific Division. They beat a very good Golden Knights team in overtime. Let's see if this continues. But they got a nice young group mixed with veterans, really strong stuff going on in Anaheim. Now, real quick as we wrap up, Pittsburgh Penguins, they came into town, New Jersey Devils. Sidney Crosby still doing historic things, turning back the clock. Same with Evgeny Malkin. Evgeny Malkin back-checked on 3-on-3 overtime. When was the last time you saw that? In this economy, great stuff from him. Ben Kindle, he's playing really well right now for this team. 11th overall pick, 2025. He's sticking in there, playing so well. First power play unit is so dangerous. Both goaltenders, Arthur Sivas and Tristan Jarry. What a pickup. What a steal from the Vancouver Canucks. You know the Vancouver Canucks wish they had him right now, given the injuries to Thatcher Demko again, the maintenance that he's going through. But that lineup is playing well. It's cool to trade talk right now of Malkin, of Rust, of Carlson, especially Crosby. This team is playing really well. Carlson looks like he's defending a lot better under Dan Hughes. Give him credit. The new coaches, young coaches coming into the league, teams buying in, playing good defense. It was a great game. And the Penguins, they're for real, guys. They ain't going away. They're not going away. Can they? Again, it's going to be, can they hold the leads? Can they keep this going? But right now, Sidney Crosby and company are showing the Penguins They want to get back to the playoffs. Imagine him and Ovi one more time. Those guys have been tied at the hips. Shout out Alexander Ovechkin, 900 goals. Unbelievable what you did there. Just incredible stuff. And imagine one more time in the playoffs with those two. But the Penguins, again, the march of the Penguins are on, man. They're still kicking around here in a tough Metro division that we thought maybe be a two-team race, and everybody else is going to figure out the rest of it. Columbus, a little bit of a slide. The Islanders are in there. Washington, Carolina, New Jersey. Just a nice battle. But again, it goes back to the top of this. We say, hey, what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers, New York Rangers? What's going on St. Louis Blues, right? Little quick rumor thing. How many times can you go back to the same well, same time? Doug Armstrong, I know they're going to transition to Alex Steen as the GM, but we're going to put Jordan Kyrou. We're going to put Pavel Buchnevich, Jordan Bennington, Joel Hofer, Robert Thomas potentially, Braden Shen. Put everybody available for a trade, and now we're going to get the bump. They lost again. Again, Jordan Kyrou got scratched. Then he comes back in, gets a goal. How many times are we going to that well? How many times are we going to set ridiculous prices to see what we can fetch? It's a tough task for this team. It's a very tough Central Division. Utah's playing well, stumbled a little bit. Minnesota's trying to get back on track. Nashville, again, what are we doing there? Is Steven Stamkos really going to stay there? Not really sure. I think his heart's in Tampa Bay still, though he's got a couple of more goals. The best thing may be to go back to Tampa. That makes the most sense, to be honest. And if Tampa gets him at a cheap rate, it's just something to keep an eye on. I just got this gut feeling. McDonough did it. Stamkos goes back. Maybe that helps the Lightning a lot. Again, going to be interesting to see. Let's see if these teams can turn it around. But trade watch is on in Edmonton, St. Louis. Let's see what they can do to figure some things out. Again, still early, but it's not. It's getting late early for some of these teams, including two teams from the Western Conference, as the Anaheim Ducks continue to fly together. This has been Jim Biringer, NHL Insights, here on Full Press Hockey. Like, subscribe, follow along, comment below. We'll be back again real soon.
Full Press Hockey coverage with Jim Biringer.